Alright, Rachel Pennies. Let's get this over with. What a waste. Today I'm going to be talking about Rachel. Some of y'all know her as Rachel Nichols. I've heard her be referred to by me as Rachel Pennies. Not even worth a penny, really. Raquel, Nichols, whatever you want to call her, doesn't matter. Call her a liar, if you will, because we're going to expose her in this video badly. Actually, someone already exposed her. But we're just gonna react to that exposure. And I'm gonna expose a lot of you out there because I know a lot of you guys agree with Raquel, I think her name is. Nichols? Nyquil, I don't know her name, really don't care, but never tuned in to watch her, but boring. But I know a lot of you guys secretly agree, so I'm gonna really drag you. Like, I'm dragging her for filth. And I'm also gonna drag you guys too that are on her side secretly, or maybe you like, oh, I think what did she do wrong? You know, you're not the brightest bulb in Home Depot. And I'm gonna just break it down slowly so that you guys get it. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and talk about Rachel Pennies. And I'm gonna give you guys some background if you haven't heard. Because a lot of you may not. I don't tune into Rachel Pennies. I don't, you know. But she's on espn. She's like a reporter or something. I guess you can classify her as that, I guess. But she basically was caught on a call disparaging fellow correspondent Maria Taylor. All right? Now, Maria Taylor happens to be black. Oh, no way. Yeah, get over it. She's black, right? So basically, Rachel was a little jealous that Maria got an opportunity that she didn't. So feeling entitled and entitled that she got on a call to gossip, and she was basically crying about like how she thinks she only got it because of diversity. And she was exposed because someone sent the video to Maria Taylor. Now, the person that sent the video was black, you know. She saw the video. I don't know how she got the video. She sent it. And she told HR that she sent it. And HR suspended the girl that sent the video 2 weeks with no pay. Oh, but Rachel Pennies is still there. Wow. Whack apology. We're going to get into it. But that's the background of the story. Let's go ahead and get right into it. This is the call, the forbidden call that she got caught on. Honestly, like, you have one job if you're going to gossip. Don't get found out. You can't even do that right. So there's two jobs you're bad at. Rachel Pennies, newsflash, not good at much. Hated to say it, hate to see it. Let's get into the video. Did that hurt any of you? Because that almost hurt me. But gonna be ruthless in this video because I have to. It's so close to Juneteenth. I got to do it.
It said to me, hey,
This is Rachel Pennies talking, by the way. I know it's not a distinguishable voice, so I have to tell you. They had to put it because no one would know otherwise, so I have to let you know.
It said to me, hey, instead of posting the NBA Finals, why don't you do Doris' Simon reported out for the NBA Finals? Because guess what that would clear the way for Maria to do the hosting.
Maria is the black girly. Just filling y'all in. Because I know, like I said, a lot of you guys that are Rachel Nichols Penny fans, Pennywise, I'm sorry. No, she's Pennywise. She does look like Pennywise. But a lot of y'all probably agree. So you guys are, I just have to like walk you through it. So this is the black girl that Rachel was talking about. Okay, filling you in.
Yeah. So I have declined. I don't know what their next move is, but they are feeling pressure because of all of that. And
you're the only one feeling pressure, girly. You hopped in the call. Nobody else did it. You're feeling pressure, sweetie. That's one lie so far already. You're a liar, Pennywise.
I'm trying to figure out like how to just, my thing is that I was
I don't know. Clearly, you hopped in the call. Tell us. I know. You know. Golly. Boy, I oughta. Oh, another lie. Because you're about to go on to disparage her. 2 lies already. Rachel Liar Pennies. Newsflash, she's a liar.
She covers football, she covers basketball.
Oh, you're citing some of her experience. More than you. We'll get into that. Exposing you soon, sweetie.
If you need to give her more things to do because you're feeling pressure about your like crappy long-time record on diversity, which by the way I myself know personally from the female side of it.
Boom. 2 stupid statements in one sentence, 1 run-on sentence. She hasn't stopped since she started. Very impressive. You don't know punctuation, clearly. Another strike. Newsflash. Rachel, not very eloquent. But with that being said, she said one of the dumbest statements I've seen after citing her experience. Some of Maria Taylor's illustrious list, right? Let's go back. So she's basically saying she got that gig because of ESPN's bad rep on diversity, which, number one, if anything, because she was all posing for Black Lives Matter, Rachel Pennies. So if anything, you should be concerned about that lack of diversity that you say. You say they have a crappy record. You said it in the call. And so, that should be a problem for you if you care so much. And by that, you're admitting that they have a problem and it's just y'all up there. It's just y'all up there. So you're admitting that. And then she's saying that she only got the job because of that, which wouldn't even be if the diversity thing is such a problem for you, it wouldn't even be a problem if she was hired because of that, right? But so you're admitting it. You're saying that she was hired because of that, even though that's just, we'll get into it, but it's just not true. She has more classifications than you, baby. Sorry. Hated to say it, Pennywise. You can go back into the sewer now. But then she goes on to say, which I know personally because I'm a woman. So the cognitive dissonance is real. Cognitive dissonance, I'm not going to explain it, look it up. But that's basically when you contradict yourself to the max. And she's basically saying that she knows that women are just put in these positions so that they have a woman on the team. You're so, I don't want to say it. You're not there here. The cogs aren't turning fully because that means you're admitting that you're only there to fill some sort of quota. So why are you feeling entitled over her? What makes you different? Your race? But what else? So why do you get that bump? Why should you get that bump over her? I'm asking you, Pennies. But also knowing how it is for people to tell you that, right? For people to, Rachel Pennies could be the best commentator or whatever. People are always going to tell you that you only got this job because you're a woman, or why women in sports. We know how hard it is to advance in this field. We know that. So for you to disparage another woman and say it's because of her color, you're just off because you're adding to the hoops people have to jump through. You're another obstacle when you know all too well the obstacles you have to go through, or do you? We're going to expose you in a second. Because do you really know the hardships as a woman in sports? Let's get into it.
Diversity, which by the way I myself know personally from the female side of it, go for it. Just find it somewhere else.
So you're fine with them filling a quota, quote unquote, that you made up, as long as it's not you. But you know what it is because you're a woman. So whose job did you take then? Quote unquote job. You're just going down this rabbit hole that incriminates you as well, quote unquote. It's not making any sense. You're just not all there, girly.
You're not gonna find it with me. He said to me.
She said you're not gonna find it with me and taking my thing away. So she's entitled to covering everything. She doesn't want her to get anything that she could be up for, anything that's credible or whatever the case may be, which is the NBA Finals. She said, I don't want to do sideline or pony. I want to actually do this and that. She's just too entitled. You know how many people would love to do what you do, girly? Rachel Pennies? I would. So we're going to watch Rachel Pennies' apology in a second, but I need y'all to see this effortless, eloquent dragging. Mariah Rose made this video. That might sound familiar because that's Jalen Rose's daughter. Ooh, extra burn for you, Rachel Pennies. Let's get into it and see really where's your qualifications at? Since you're so qualified and you're they only hired her because she's black.
Nah, because let's quickly talk about Miss Rachel Nichols. Maria Taylor knows what a generational talent she is in the broadcasting world, so I don't even got to go there and hype her up. Let's talk about the fact that she actually played basketball. And if you want to go there, let's go there. Let's talk about how you're related to Diane Sawyer, arguably the queen of ABC. Nah. You got your job as one of the faces of ESPN because you're so entertaining and talented.
The jury is in, ladies and gentlemen. The jury is in and out. In and out. I can't believe she, not only did she drag you here next to Betty White, who is this, your grandma, girly? You're related to her. She's the queen of ESP, ABC, whatever the case may be, NBC, CBC, the CDC. And that's why you got your job, girlie. You didn't play. I know how tough it is to get into spaces when you didn't have any like playing experience. And like, oh, I don't, you know, any of these coaches, like if you don't know these people, it's like, you're not getting it basically. How in the world did you get in, Miss Pennies? Because of your charisma? Not funny to me, Rachel. Pennywise over there is smiling a little too hard from her sewer. Where is your balloon? I'm gonna watch this again. For all of you nincompoops and ninnies that were sitting there like, what's wrong with what she said? Because it's true, they do the diversity. Now you find out she was only hired in because of her mommy, daddy's, grandpa, uncle, grandma. Now you have nothing to say, huh? You were loud and wrong for no reason. That exposed you and a little bit of your prejudice. Check it at the door. Embarrassing. You got exposed through this. Like, I'm looking at you through the screen. I don't think you're smart. Because if your first thought was to believe girly, you can't be that smart. Clearly, your IQ was on the floor.
Nah. You got your job as one of the faces of ESPN because you're so entertaining and talented and so good at it, right? You are a
sing, zang, bop. Gotcha.
A woman in the sports world, and you sat there and you laughed about the Me Too movement.
Oh yeah, I forgot to add that. It was in the article, but what was her exact quote? I don't want to pull it up. I don't care about Pennies that much. I just wanted to make fun of her, honestly. I don't really care, but I care for Maria Taylor. Don't really care about Pennywise at all. Never even watched those Pennywise movies, so I couldn't even tell you what. To me, I feel like you can't come into the sports world and try to cite, oh, I was Pennywise, so I'm qualified. Just because you played that in that movie, like you did a good job, I'll admit. You were Pennywise, you did a good job. That doesn't mean you can cover sports. And then you can claim that you have more experience just because you've been in movies. Just because you were the it clown, just because you were the old raggedy witch from Snow White, like I get you have a lot of experience. I get you put the despicable into Despicable Me. Like I understand that's you. I get it. I understand. But like you don't get to like put down Maria because she hasn't been in those movies. See what I'm saying?
Your fellow women complaining about being sexually.
Oh yeah, by the way, yeah. So I got totally off topic, but basically she said something about the Me Too. She's like, between the Me Too movement and the Black Lives Matter movement, I'm just tired. Like I'm just tired, and she laughed about it. You can read the article. It cites her like word for word, which is funny because she was on there doing the most, posting for Black Lives Matter and stuff like that. Like she was, you would think she was Rachel Luther King. You know, Rachel Nichols didn't give a nickel to any movement, but she swore she was just Rachel X, you know what I mean? And now she over here talking about, oh, I'm so tired, like you really did anything. First of all, we know you didn't riot because we don't see no type of tan or sunburn on that skin. You weren't out in the sun protesting, girly. I know that's a fact. Please.
Assaulted at work.
You are a walking sunscreen commercial talking about, I'm tired. Tired of what?
About being sexually assaulted at work. You think that's funny? What really got me is you're tired of the Black Lives Matter movement. Because you weren't tired about posting about it or making your stupid little storybook monologues about it. Maybe instead of crying and calling Maria a diversity token, you can direct.
She was crying. She was whining. And y'all love to call everybody snowflakes and sensitive and cancel culture. They're so sensitive. Why are you whining, Rachel? Just work then. Just work. Work to get to the top. Because you so scared of black people doing a diversity quota. Well, work harder then. How about that? You're not working hard enough. You got it through nepotism. Look that up, Rachel. I know you don't know what that means. I know it.
Maybe instead of crying and calling Maria a diversity token, you can direct that energy to the people who think there can only be one woman on that stage. And if we're being real, Rachel Nichols is a subpar reporter. Subpar. Boring. Not great.
She's boring. Like, I hated to say it. Like, I don't watch too many yet. Like, I'm like Shannon Sharp, Stephen A. Smith, Taylor Rooks, you know, Ariel Chambers. Like, those are some people, but like, to be honest, a lot of them are just, they're boring to me. So I don't really watch for that type of stuff. Sideline report, and I don't care at all. Like they could put a stick there and I wouldn't notice. I'm just watching the game, really. And then the halftime, Candace Parker has been great. Everybody like NBA, TNT, inside the NBA, like all great. Rachel is not on that list. Come on now. Like, y'all are caping for her and simping or whatever for Pennywise, but like, she was only good in Pennywise. She wasn't good in ESPN. Was she? Because did you watch for Rachel? If she called out sick, would anybody go like, oh man, we miss her? Answered your own question.
Boring. Not great.
Boring.
I'm sorry your white privilege didn't work this time. Maybe next time. Nah, because let's quickly talk about Miss Rachel Nichols.
My thing is, you really like whine. Like, you really were whining. You really thought, and you only got this job because you know mommy knows somebody at the ABC office. You're pathetic, Pennywise. So I need you to, you know, at the end of the day, I'm looking at you like, where's the 4 for 4 from, you know? What sauce are you gonna put in my 4 for 4, Wendy? How about that? You wanna go there? We could go there. You wanna talk about the girlies? We could go, because it's trying to cover the Denver Nuggets. You worried about the wrong Nuggets. Make sure the spicy Nuggets get in my bucket. I asked for spicy and they gave me a regular. True story. Never been back to Wendy's. Wow. You worried about the wrong Nuggets, Wendy. So tell me once it crawls back into her sewer, we can get this party started again. Let's look at her pathetic waste of an apology real quick. If you're not apologizing for my Nuggets, I really don't want to hear it, but...
So the first thing they teach you in journalism school is don't be the story.
Girl, you barely went. What journalism school did you go to? I'm not looking it up because I don't care enough. Rachel, you're not good at it anyway, so all the classes was useless.
And I don't plan to break that rule today or distract from a...
I don't plan to break that rule today or distract.
Fantastic final.
Girl, you've distracted.
But I also don't want to let this moment pass without saying how much...
You can't let it pass, because you didn't even...
I respect, how much I value our colleagues here at ESPN.
You're reading off a teleprompter, you goof.
How deeply...
Dumbledore, you dweeb, you nincompoop.
Those I hurt, particularly...
For the people you hurt. Girl, only person hurt is you, because you were only hanging by a thread. Nobody watched you for entertainment. Only legacy you heard is yours, and you didn't have a legacy, sweetie. I have more of a legacy than you, and I'm on YouTube, just chilling, sitting in my room, like Brandy Norwood, sitting up in my room. You were hanging off a thread, girly. I'm gonna be the first one to say it.
Maria Taylor.
So you should be sorry and disappointed and mad at yourself. Genius.
Sorry I am for disappointing those I hurt, particularly Maria Taylor, and how grateful I am to be.
That was the wackest apology. You don't get to do a 1-second apology. Now, Tweedledee and Tweedledum over here. I'm playing. I watched his apology. His was good. Richard, you did your thing. I just wanted to say Tweedledee, Tweedledum. Don't take it serious. Now, Tweedledum over here centered himself, and he was like, well, Rachel has always treated me with respect. Which is crazy because Rachel's apology wasn't directed at you at all. It was directed at Maria, but you centered yourself and said, well, because she treats me well, I know she couldn't have meant this, or I know, when in reality, she said what she meant. But you're centering yourself and saying, because she treats me well, that doesn't mean that. You're centering yourself, Kendrick. Nobody was talking about you. Your name didn't come up in the call once, Kendrick Lamar. Be humble. With that being said, I'm out of here because I'm annoyed of even having Rachel Nickel Penny Dime name in my mouth. It's dusty. It's giving nothing. And if she continues to cover, I'm just going to continue to bully. So, like, that's just, like, the relationship we're going to have. I don't care. I don't care. If you guys are, like, mad or something, I couldn't care less. If you're hating on me, I couldn't care less. Because I know if you put me in that seat, I'm doing 20 times better than Girly. Off of no information. Just vibes. Period. So I don't want to hear it. I don't know. My mommy doesn't know anybody at ABC. Tweedledee, Tweedledum. I'm out of here, y'all. Subscribe if you want. I'm done. I'm literally just done.